Today, and that's the understanding now that Real Madrid, have pretty much drawn a line under their interest in Kylian Mbappe for this summer. They're now moving for Eduardo Camavinga, and that should be made official in the coming hours. Moving for someone like Mbappe in the last couple of weeks of the transfer week was always going to make a deal difficult. In the last few hours now, with PSG still unable to find a replacement if they did want to negotiate for him, which has not been the case. It would be very difficult to get that deal done, or to get two deals of that size done, especially when PSG are looking to still try to move on other fringe players before the window slams shut.
Jonathan, the key question then, 10 months left on his contract. At this moment, are PSG kind of flirting with the option of letting him leave for free next summer?
Well, obviously, while there's no agreement between club and player for an extension of the contract, it's something that could possibly happen, but it's something that PSG don't want to happen. So there will be a renewed attempt to get him to extend his contract, possibly for a shorter period of time than PSG hoped, but that might be the best compromise for all parties. I do think that it is inevitable that we will see Kylian Mbappe be a Real Madrid player at some point in the next couple of years. Whether that's as early as next summer, we'll have to wait and see. It just seems unlikely now that it will be this summer, especially given that we're so close to the end of the transfer window now in France.
We've had the deadline of 5 p.m. That is the deadline that Real Madrid set for PSG. They said to them, we've made this offer of 170 million euros plus 10 million euros for Kylian Mbappe, a player who's going to be out of contract in 10 months' time. We can sign him free in 10 months' time. You have until 5 p.m. today to respond to us. Now, PSG have not responded to Real Madrid. So what Real Madrid have done is they have said they are walking away. And what's more, they are very, very confident that they will be able to sign Kylian Mbappe for nothing next summer. They're very, very confident that in January, they can get him to sign a pre-contract agreement with them. And when he's a free agent next summer, he will move to Real Madrid. So PSG will get no money. At the moment, Real Madrid are offering them a total package worth 180 million euros, but he will move to Real Madrid for no money. And basically, Real Madrid's attitude at the moment is, we've done everything by the book. You paid 180 million euros for him. We were told that if we made a bid that was the same as what you paid Monaco for him 4 years ago, then you would let him leave. Kylian Mbappe believes that he has that promise from PSG, and he believes they've gone back on their word. The situation as far as Mbappe is concerned has not changed. He wants to move to Real Madrid. He's not going to sign a new PSG contract. He will move to Real Madrid next summer. And judging by how well he played last night, this whole issue is not going to affect him. He will continue to give his all for PSG, but he wants to play for Real Madrid.
Carve, you and I have worked through countless transfer windows and deadline days, and we've seen this sort of thing before. Is this the end of the story?
Very good question. I don't think it is the end, because this is not the deadline. The deadline is tomorrow night. Now, obviously, Real Madrid know that. PSG know that as well. So one way of looking at it, I'm not saying this is the way, but one way of looking at it is that Real Madrid are being quite clever. They're walking away, but of course, that offer is still on the table. So two things could happen now. PSG could pick up the phone, ring Real Madrid and say, you know what, actually, we'll take it, because it'd be crazy to lose this guy for nothing next summer. Or what could happen, and I'm not ruling this out from happening, is that Real Madrid could go back in with an increased offer. I've asked the question. I've said, is that a possibility? I've been told by people who are working on the deal, don't ask us that question at the moment. Now is not the right time to ask that question. So I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't rule out Real Madrid coming back in with an increased offer, and I wouldn't rule out PSG changing their mind, coming back and saying we accept that offer. Because You can make arbitrary deadlines. You can say the deadline is midnight, it's 5 p.m, but there's only one deadline, and that's the real deadline, and that's tomorrow night.